Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome. It's Wednesday, January 25th, and this is your midweek boost. So welcome and sit back and enjoy the next hour. It is my honor and pleasure, as always, to introduce and to hear the fabulous music of the wonderful Pierre Gautreau. Hello, Pierre, take it away.
Oh, thank you. Here we go. Get the right speed. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can of your needs that you won't let it show on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. There is a load you have to bear that you can't carry high. Right up the road, I'll share your load if you just call me. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be a friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long, 'cause I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be a friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call me if you need a friend. Call me, oh, call me, call me.
Wonderful. I know who I'm going to call when I need a friend.
Exactly.
It ain't going to be Ghostbusters. It's going to be Pierre Gautreau. That was awesome.
Thank you, sir.
And it's a good thing I mute myself, because occasionally I forget, and I was like singing along full blast, and I went, double check, are you muted?
I don't mind if you're singing along.
Oh, there you go, eh? Wonderful, Pierre. Good. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
We'll chat in a bit. Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for coming here tonight. Thank you for giving yourself the gift of 1 hour of your time. And don't ever underestimate the value of giving yourself that time. trust and know that you're here on purpose and that you're here for a reason. And that's what we teach, and that's who we are. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a little bit of a welcoming, basically opening treatment, affirmative prayer. So if you want, just close your eyes wherever you are, become fully present in this moment, and understand that everything that happened before this moment is no longer necessary. You are right here, right now, at this time, right where you need to be. So sit back and enjoy and recognize the connection to this community. Recognize that whether you know it or not, you're part of a community, a larger community right now, and that larger community is shifting energy. And that's what we're all about. We're about shifting energy in a positive way, a way that moves forward and is beautiful and helps all of the things that we are trying to achieve on this planet. Don't ever underestimate the value of your energy in that consciousness. So I release that, I let that go. I know with great gratitude that you're all here exactly where you need to be. So namaste to all of you for that. And at this point, I'd like to bring in our wonderful practitioner this week. You guys know him as Nick Michelli, and I would like to say hello, Nick. How are you this evening, sir?
Very good.
That is good to hear. Nick, you're about to do an amazing meditation, so I will leave you to that, sir. Have a wonderful meditation.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the meditation for our Wednesday service. I'm Nick Michelli, a spiritual practitioner and ministry student. And just let me get started. I invite everyone to relax and let all thoughts fall away, all concerns fall away. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. And I invite everyone to pay attention to your breath without changing anything. Just let the breath fall in gently with no effort and fully. Just deep, gentle, full breaths. I invite everyone to let their weight fall toward the earth that supports us. And I invite you to feel the energy around you. And keep in mind that, as Reverend Fred said, we all share the same energy. Everyone on this live stream and everyone listening in the archive. We all draw our life from the same energy. And now I'd like to read a poem. I titled it Celebration, that being our theme for the month. The all-inclusive love of universal mind, a bountiful creation, the gift for humankind, a world of rich abundance from the deep part of my soul. I wear these hats for all to see and play my heartfelt role. A true and deep communion with the calling of my heart. My path of glory calls me. My bright jewel stands apart. I celebrate abundance of every soul's God light, the rich creative tapestry, each beacon shining bright. In a world of loving choice, my calling sets me free. On the highway to my Dharma, all our gifts are plain to see. The all-inclusive love that unifies creation, the greatness of our offerings, my cause for celebration. And I want everyone to think about this all-inclusive creative power. I call it God, universal mind, spirit, universal love, the quantum field. It's a place of infinite potentiality. And it is always creating itself, coming into existence. Always moving toward the good, full of life and vitality, full of abundance, abundance of all blessings that anyone could imagine. It's all there in universal mind. And this creative spark, this spirit, is mine to fashion as I will. In the spectrum of potentiality, my experience is my choice. And I recognize that creative spark, that creative light in everyone. From one common source, I express myself in the world in my unique way, and I celebrate that everyone does the same. Creating their own life, their own world, and offering their gift. And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. Universal mind is full of life and vitality. I see that life all around me, in all of nature, in all of the earth. I see that spark in everyone that I share my life with. I am always moving toward the best expression of my vitality. And this is what I call good health. And I know that all of this is coming to fruition. I know that the universal light of life is mine, no matter what I'm experiencing. We all experience life, vitality, good health in our own way. And I invite everyone to think about what life and vitality mean to each of you. And please continue to breathe deeply and fully. The universal mind is abundant. All blessing is there abundantly. Abundance can take many different forms. An abundance of wealth, an abundance of support, an abundance of time, an abundance of whatever blessing I seek to live my best life. I invite everyone to think about abundance in your own way, whatever abundance means to you. And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. Universal mind is loving. Love is the truth of creation. Universal love is the truth of who I am. And I fill myself with self-love. This is my truth. I express it, and from this place of self-love, I am free to see the divine perfection in everyone. I am free to build excellent relationships. And in all the variety of relationships that I have, divine love is my truth. I invite everyone to think about their relationships, whichever ones you wish to call to mind, and think about the perfection that is divine mind. And I invite you to continue to breathe deeply and fully. The universal mind is always creating, always evolving, always moving toward the good. And just as universal mind is creative, I am creative in untold ways. Creativity is the truth of my life, the truth of my experience. I am always creating. I follow my heart to offer my gift to the world. And I recognize that in our own unique way, in our own diverse ways, each of us offers our gift to the world. I recognize that creative spirit in everyone. And I call on everyone to think about creativity in your own life. The creative spark. And honor that creativity as you express it. And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. I stand in the spectrum of possibilities, knowing that my life is my choice. I invite everyone to think about all the possibilities in their own life. And if you want, welcome one of them into your life. Knowing that universal mind is always creating. And now I invite all of us back to listen to these words: health, abundance, good relationship, creativity. These are all things to be grateful for. And I celebrate all the bounty in my life. Just as each of us creates in our own way, each of us gives gratitude in our own way. And I invite everyone to give gratitude. My life is a masterpiece, and I am creating it. My word is the law, and I release my word as law. Please join me in saying, and so it is. And now, I invite everyone to open your eyes, come back to the service. Namaste.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could ever be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God. I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could ever be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God.
Oh, Pierre, thank you. That is one of my favorite songs.
It
So
was I wanted to yeah, bring it back. I've never played it on piano, so it was yeah, it was nice to learn it and bring it back.
well done. Well done. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And Nick, oh my goodness, Nick. Let me tell you that meditation, one of the things that people should know is that I don't check with the practitioner who is doing the meditation what it is that they're, there's a general sort of discussion. Nick, my whole talk is about the four pillars, and literally you touched on all of them: health, wealth, abundance, and creative expression. And I just thought, oh my gosh, there it is. There's the affirmation that was exactly what needed to be said at the moment. So thank you for that wonderful meditation.
Although I put the four pillars into my meditation quite often.
It was well done, though. Well timed, let me tell you. So thank you for that. So Nick, tell me, how are you celebrating you this month? What is happening with you?
Well, I've continued to remind myself something that I've slowly been getting more and more used to as I do advanced studies, which is that I'm really powerful. I've got all the possibilities in front of me, and I did a little happy dance today. I got some wonderful news coincidentally this day. Back in the fall, I made two proposals to a storytellers meeting called the Annual Conference of Storytellers of Canada. This is a nationwide conference. People are making proposals from all over Canada. And I found out that at least one of my proposals has been accepted. I'm still waiting on the other, but I applied thinking there's really not much chance. So when I got this notice today, I was dancing.
Well, that's also in my talk today, dance. But that's amazing. You know what? And here, I'll bet you actually, even beyond you not imagining in your wild imagination, there's something in you that said there's a possibility, or else you wouldn't have even taken the act to send in the proposal. So good for you.
I never thought this is impossible.
Yeah.
It could have been, you could say I was a little bit negative thinking this is unlikely.
Right.
But, I give myself some credit because I've been very stubborn. I've been crafting these fairly long stories and proposing them to various settings and saying, I'd like to tell this story. And I've been rejected quite a few times, which is the way it goes for artists. And you just have to get used to it. But it came around. Eventually it worked out for me.
Very good. So how does that story fit into our philosophy? Just kind of, if you could put it into a nutshell, how our philosophy, and it's tough to do that.
Well, persistence, keeping my my mind on the goal.
Good.
That's part of it.
Good.
And we create by putting ourselves in what we're creating and feeling the feeling of being there. And I think celebration is a really important part of that. That locks us into what we want and helps us to get more of it. I'm pretty sure about that.
Absolutely. We want the feeling of something to celebrate, and then let the universe decide how that looks. Just keep moving in the direction that you're called to do is essentially, and that's what you did. You wrote it out, you made your proposal, you prepared it, you had rejection before, you continued to do it, knowing that there was a possibility in there somewhere. And so good for you. I'm happy to hear that. You're studying to be a minister. I wanted to ask you, because one of the things that we talk about in this philosophy is how education, a trained mind is far more powerful than an untrained mind. What are some of the things maybe, or something in particular in your ministerial that's helping you live your life to the fullest right now? Like what are some of the maybe one or two things that are happening in your ministerial or your training that is helping you to live that full life that you want to live?
Well, one of the things was something I took in advanced consciousness studies. Me and a few people in the class are doing the program out of order. We did year 2 first.
All right.
And that taught me how powerful and how easy it is to be powerful. It really drove the point home about choice. And I keep reminding myself about that. And there's, I think, as you know, the teacher is a real no-nonsense guy. He keeps reminding us, you have to do what you're called on to do. There are no excuses. And I keep reminding myself about that.
Good. Keep reminding yourself of that. And you know what? We are equal to where we don't even know that we're there yet, but we're already there. And the teacher that you have, yeah, he's pretty good at recognizing what it is that helps propel each individual in, to attain whatever it is that they need to attain. So good for you, Nick. Thank you for stepping into that role of service so much and for being here tonight as well. Did you want to say the affirmation for the week?
Oh, yes. I celebrate my commitment to living my life to the fullest. And now everyone join. I celebrate my commitment to living my life to the fullest.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you. We'll see you back at the end. Thank you for a fabulous meditation and a great chat.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you at the end, sir. All right. Thank you. And welcome everybody else. Welcome to the celebration of love. Glad that you could make it here tonight, bringing your consciousness here, help us celebrate. By the way, if you actually comment on the service, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I get to see the notes as they come in. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. For those of you who joined last week, I want to say thank you. Thank you to the practitioners. What a powerful service it was. We did a service of affirmative prayer. I got some pretty good feedback from some people who said that they truly that they felt a shift, that they had never heard of affirmative prayer and they were stepping into it. So that was really great. To know that we're actually putting out information or helping people see a shift in their life. Feel free to share with me. I love hearing from you. So, and so do the practitioners. So feel free to reach out to me or the practitioners anytime. It was a powerful service. And I can tell you that we will definitely do more of them going forward, and more services that are slightly varied where, we're going to look at some different opportunities out there to do things. Remember, it's all about moving energy for a desired outcome. What is it that you want to be living? What is it that you want to be celebrating? That is what we're here to do. That is what this service is supposed to be. That is what this Wednesday uplifting service is supposed to be for you. Our theme this month is celebrate, as you heard Nick say. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit about balance. And we actually, and Nick touched on it in his meditation, we talk about this thing called 4 pillars or the tenements of new thought. And what they are is health, wealth, creative expression, and relationship. You'll notice if you paid attention last week, or if you went back to take a look at our prayer service, that each of our practitioners that presented last week or did a prayer, they focused on all or one or all of those points in their affirmative prayer. It's all about balance. Now, if you've achieved balance in your life and you're exactly where you need to be, then you know what the benefits of that are. You're already living that life where you're, walking on air or feeling as though your body is light. You already know the benefits of that. But if you're not, then let me tell you that it's worth looking into ways to create this balance in your life. I tell you, I was on vacation, and vacation is a great way to check in. I was in Palm Springs a couple of weeks ago. And I was there for a vacation, and I truly enjoyed my time. And I kept the thought about balance in my life. I thought about that a lot of the time while I was there. I was taking stock and reflecting on many of the things that I I have been experiencing in life, and how am I celebrating me kept coming to mind. And you know what? That's an okay question to ask yourself, and then be honest, and then be willing and allow the answers to show up for you as they will. Because that is when you can make the changes. You've got to be aware of something that is off balance or something that's not working. And then you got to be willing to look at everything. And then you've got to know what you want, as Nick said, visualize it, and then trust that the universe will support the highest good for you no matter what. So I was leaving to go to Palm Springs. It was sort of a last minute vacation. And I contacted Dr. James Mellon to let him know that I was coming. This was on the Friday. And I told him I was coming to the desert. And he said right away, he said, would you like to participate in the service? And I said, absolutely. Now it was Friday. And so I was flying down on Saturday. I was so excited to be asked because I haven't seen James since before I graduated, because we had COVID when I graduated, and we had lockdown. So anyway, so I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen, Dr. Laurie in years. I hadn't met Reverend Dale and some of the other ministers. So there I was Saturday. I wake up in the morning and my throat felt a little funny. And by the time I got to the airport check-in, I had no voice. I actually had laryngitis. And I thought, this cannot be happening. I'm speaking tomorrow. How could this happen? My friend Eddie, who I was traveling with, said, how long does laryngitis usually last you when you have it? And I said, well, it usually lasts for 4 or 5 days. But I said, in this case, it's going to last 1 day. He said, okay. I said, yeah, because I said, I am going to be speaking tomorrow at the center. I've been waiting for this for a lot of years. I'm going to be able to speak. That night, by the time we arrived, my voice was completely gone. I could barely whisper. I did a treatment. I didn't go into the whole, what if I'm not going to speak tomorrow? I just said, no, I'm going to be able to speak tomorrow. So I arrived at the center on Sunday, still had no voice, walked in, and the team greeted me. The beautiful, beautiful Elizabeth greeted me, and she said, you must be Reverend Fred. And I said, yeah, my voice is almost gone. She said, we got voice tea. So they went, she said, someone make him some voice tea. And they got voice tea. James was rehearsing. I went in and said hello. And then he showed me the space that was there. And, we had a lovely bit of a chat. And I said, yeah, I said, my voice is bad. And he gave me the spray that actors use. So thank you very much. And I was sitting beside Reverend Dale and sitting in the front, ready to go on. And she said, I said, I hope my voice holds up. And she said, you're between a doctor and a reverend. She said, we got you. You got this. And so sure enough, I went up and my voice came and I was able to speak. I got to give a talk. It was absolutely wonderful. It was wonderful to be live and surrounded by a congregation, by a bunch of people in a room who are there to share the energy. There were so many people. I felt the energy, and I thought, I literally thought, this is what I want for the future of our center. I feel that we do need to be able to come together as a community, some way, somehow. And they do hybrid, online, and also in person. So I got to express what we're doing in Canada. There were a lot of people who were quite excited about it. A lot of congregants who said, geez, we'd love to help you and support you in any way. In my conversation with Dr. James, a few weeks ago, when I spoke here, I talked about Loretta LaRoche, who used to be with PBS. And she's the one that when she walked into the room, she said, celebrate you, ta-da. And so I told that story while I was there talking to Dr. James. And at the end, of course, at the end of the service, you go and you greet people as they're leaving. So it was wonderful to have a lot of hugs and everything. And so many people came up and went, ta-da. And I got to tell you, it was absolutely incredible. Dr. James said, look what you started here. And it was great because a lot of people just gravitated towards this possibility that we're here creating in Canada. So just know that we're now, seen on a larger screen. And anyway, it was a lot of fun. And I got to tell you, that's how treatment works, right? I knew that I was going to be talking. I knew that James would be talking. This was interesting because I didn't realize this until James's service. And he revealed that he was very sick the day before. He actually ended up in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 8 hours. So he wasn't sure that he was going to be able to go. But he said in his service, he said, I knew that I was going to be here today. I knew that I was going to speak. And I thought, funny, because I thought the same thing. And so there you go. Ta-da, we were both able to speak. And I got to tell you, it was a most inspiring service. So when we say that affirmative prayer isn't just hoping for something, it's actually knowing. It's actually knowing and releasing and believing and having faith that what it is that we want as a desired outcome will happen. And then releasing all things that don't support that. So what is it that you want? Because what you believe you can achieve, it's not just an expression, it's an actual way of life. We all have the ability to create the life that we want, to know that what we think we can create, and we can create whatever it is that we desire. We all can do that. It was so brilliant to spend some time with Reverend Dale, who does our services here sometimes, and Dr. Reverend Laurie, who is currently doing our education program, and the other ministers from the center that I graduated with. They are such a kind and loving community, just like us. And as I said, they are there for us anytime we need them. They are truly extended family. And over the next few months, you will come to meet more of them because I'm going to have more of them join us for services. They are our family. And I got to tell you, there's such a dedicated group of people who are dedicated to service. So back to this balance and the pillars. Pick a pillar, any pillar. Decide what you want, what it is that you want in your life. So is it health? Are you living the life that you want? Or could you be doing things that improve your health? What does that look like? Focus on what the outcome of that will be. Is it wealth? Are you feeling abundant? Are you feeling as though you are enough? Do you have enough? Is life enough for you? Are you feeling wealthy? Creative expression. Are you doing the things in life that make you happy? Dancing, laughing, building? Nick was dancing today. Are you building something that you're proud of? You know, even an accountant can be creative, can be a creative expression. If someone finds joy in what it is that they're doing, what it is that they're called to do, that is what creative expression is. Are you living, are you doing things that are helping you to support your creative expression? And what about relationships? Are you getting the love that you want? Are your relationships being celebrated? Your relationships with friends, maybe lovers, partners, family? I mean, look at all of it. Now, honestly, those are the four pillars. Those are the four pillars for balance. I think of it like a table. And if one leg is short, the table's going to be wobbly. It's going to be off ground. Think of it as a wheel on a bike as you go around. If it's not balanced, it's going to be a bumpy ride. I literally could talk for 20 minutes on each one of those pillars. But for right now, just pick one of those pillars. And at some point, I might actually do a talk on them, but pick one of those pillars and start to focus on that this week. We're still in the month of January, so it's still the beginning of the year. There's lots of time to focus on what it is that you want to balance in your life. What is it that you want to celebrate? How do you want to celebrate all four pillars? And what needs to be paid attention in your life? Trust me, it can take some work, but it is worth the work. On vacation, I have to tell you, I found tremendous balance. I had good food. I was surrounded by good friends. My fellowship in this community was just awe-inspiring. I mountain hiked 3 times and then walked many kilometers every day. I still found time to swim in the pool every day, almost every day. There was a day that it was 18 degrees. I didn't swim in the pool on that day. I napped every day. I read. I had a board meeting for the center while I was gone. I watched the fabulous service that Reverend Dale and Michelle and Pierre did. It was wonderful to be able to be on vacation and do that. So everything I did during that vacation, I kept focusing on these 4 pillars and the balance and what's important. My nephew is living with me, and he said to me recently, he said, I can't believe how full your schedule is. But I reminded him, yes, it's a full schedule. And Yes, I also make time to unplug. I turn my phone off when I need to. I rest when I need to. I've been working out. I've been eating healthier. I've been spending time with family and friends and actually really being fully present wherever I am when I do spend time with them. I've been counting my blessings, but also making sure that my book's balanced, because for me, that creates a sense of abundance. I sing, I do karaoke sometimes, I dance sometimes by myself. I just like to have fun. And you know what? That's what life is all about. I mean, as we continue our journey into the celebration, say ta-da often, say it often in your life. Spend some time learning about some of the areas in your life that might be on autopilot. I've talked about this before. Learn that if it's on autopilot, maybe there's something there that needs to be woken up so that you're living at that higher vibration. Learn to examine all of the things in your life, all of those 4 pillars closely, and tell the universe or God or whatever name you give it, tell it what it is that you want and what it is that you desire. You know, there's nothing holding you back from living the best life for you right now. Celebrate you this month to the fullest and watch how your life unfolds. And if you're feeling stuck, reach out to me, reach out to one of our practitioners. Go to our website. We have amazingly powerful practitioners who will know the energy and shift the energy for you. I'm wishing you balance and happiness this month. Find your voice, even if you can't speak, even if you have laryngitis, speak. Trust that it is there. Trust that your voice is there. Trust that what you say or feel matters. Celebrate. Celebrate you now and celebrate you always. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. And whether you're watching this live or in the archives, you're watching it at the perfect time for you. So I really wish you well. At this point, I just wanted to bring up a couple of items. We are run on donations, and so if you feel compelled, if you are, if you're feeling like you have something that you'd love to be able to donate to the center, time, treasure, talent, whatever it is, feel free to help us through your donations. They do help us get the message out there. There are some costs associated with running these things, with running things in the background. So please do help us out if you can. You can do so by going to Global Truth Center website, or you can go to info@globaltruthcentertoronto.com. Reminder that classes, The Mystical Universe, is still on every Tuesday night with at 6:30 with Reverend Dr. Laurie. So please join us for that. Remember that we have the AGM coming up. That is coming up on February the 5th at 11 a.m. That's Sunday, February the 5th at 11 a.m. And that's a note to all of the members in our congregation. Also, if you can help out, we do a weekly newsletter that goes out to MailChimp. It's fairly easily, fairly well put together. But we may need some help with that in the future. So if you're interested, please contact me at the earliest, or someone from the board. That would be fantastic. So at this point, I'd like to bring back, I'd like to say thank you, Pierre, and for your fabulousness and your songs and everything. It's just so fantastic.
No, it's my pleasure.
I appreciate spending Wednesdays with you, my friend, really do.
Same here.
And Carrie, who's running everything in the background, thank you. She keeps us all in order and online, and that's wonderful. We couldn't do that either. And the amazing Nick, our ministerial student, welcome. I just want to say thank you so much for an outstanding meditation tonight. A great talk. I know that people heard what they needed to hear, and I look forward. You're closer to the end than you were a year and a half ago when you started this journey. So your ministerial is not that far away, sir. And I also want to say thank you to our community, to everybody who showed up to bringing your consciousness here right now. Know that that is the most important thing that you can bring. And it's the most important thing that you can give. And if you learn something about yourself today, take it out into the world and share it. I just saw a picture of myself. I kind of feel like Mr. Rogers today. We're having a major snowstorm. We're having a major snowstorm here in Niagara. In fact, there's a TikTok video that shows thunder. And I was having a meeting online with work today, and the thunder was going crazy, and it sounded like a freight train. And I said, I think we're having thunder during our rainstorm, or during our snowstorm. So it's a rare occasion, and it happened. So I love living through stuff like that. When I was in California, it rained. And I made fun of it and said, oh, rain, ooh, it was like drizzly. But you know what? It closed roads because I didn't realize that the water comes down from the mountain. So when it rains, it's a desert. They're not prepared for rain. So it was perspective. There I was being, oh yeah, ooh, rain. To everybody in the desert, I apologize because it really did. It closed down some of the roads. So it's a big deal, even a drizzle. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for bringing your consciousness. I love you all. Look forward to seeing you all next week again. But for now, sit back, listen. Pierre's going to sing us out, and then I'll come back and wish us a good week.
It's interesting. All the beautiful snow is making it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Right?
As well, So
I got the cardigan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you know it, sing along at home. It's an oldie but a goodie. There's a reason for the sunshine sky. There's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when the love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside. Send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit night with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream. Let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights. There's a reason for the candlelight. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you deep in space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Come on. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Oh, let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. And let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. And let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason.
Whew. Love, dance, laugh. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week. Celebrate.